Welcome, future masters. Do I have a game to show you? This is really the greatest Smith-Morra game I have ever seen. So, we're doing the Sicilian defense. And I put the computer on here so we could see what the computer says about these moves. The man playing white is Marc Esserman. And he was playing GM Loek van Wely. This was in the US Open 2011. So, the best I've ever seen was this game right here. He stomped a top-ranked GM and made it look actually easy. We'll talk about someone doing his preparation. So far, everything is going standard. This is a standard Smith-Morra. Let me look in here and see. Where's my thing? Okay, let's go. Bishop C. What do you call it? C4, E6. Now, normally, it's D6, but he plays. Is that move number 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. That's the E6 variation. Gotcha. Bishop C4, and he goes A6. No problem. I'm looking in the book right here to see. I'm sorry, what move are we on here? 6. So, number 7. Castles is the correct move for white. Black plays knight G7. Also the correct move. And since Esserman has done his research, guess what he played? The book line. And in the book by Janos Flesch, the Grandmaster, this is the greatest book on the Smith-Morra in English. He plays the strongest move, bishop to G5. So, strong GM plays the book line again. Bishop to E3, he already knew this. In the book, hang on a second here. Yes. In the book, it was covered. The book move says that not knight G6, but B5 is the correct move. So, that's all very interesting. So I just wanted to see where it went as far as the book was covering it. So anyway, knight to G6, exclamation, bishop to B3. Because there's a knight that's heading right to E5. So he wanted to take the bishop away from the knight's sphere of influence on E5, or to dodge B5 as well. So bishop to B3 was regarded as an outstanding move in the annotation that I got. Then he unleashes the beast, knight to D5. When I saw this move, I looked at this and I said, this is the greatest game I've ever seen from the Smith-Morra. This is the move that I had been waiting for. I don't know, this was 2011, but I saw this around the same time as because it was from US Open. But I'd been waiting 25 years maybe to see this move. Because I would get to these kind of positions like I have no idea what to do, you know. Knight d5 is the answer, man. So he takes. Now this is different because of the variations that black played. Normally white would have had queen to e2. So this is really an awesome move. So he plays the Grandmaster of Van Wely. He plays exactly what the computer suggests is knight ce5. Esserman counters with d6, exactly what the computer thought, threatening the just barbaric queen d5. It's just a barbaric move. So he defends, it's fairly obvious. Now he rips it. And I would have thought, no way, this is the right move. Knight e5, chopping it off. But the thing is, he's going to get this f-pawn. After seeing the game, I know why he did it, but at the time, I was perplexed. You just don't trade off like that. F4, exclamation. This is the Paul Morphy style lesson. You don't want to trade stuff off, but if you're going to trade stuff off, you want to trade it off to make advantage. And white's development is tremendous. Black's development is atrocious. The bishop on b7 really does nothing. He looks impressive on the long diagonal, attacking nothing. The knight is doing nothing. It's just a window dressing, really. It's a decoration. Queen to f6. This is not the kind of position where you want to have your queen up there in general. That bishop, he's, it's just one of those things. It's not that we're not talking about a bad player. He's a grandmaster and a really good one. It's like when a grandmaster plays queen f6, one of you's in bad shape. Shocker, black's in trouble. Spoiler alert. Man, this guy uncorked the move. The computer sees it, but computers have infinite strength. Not infinite, but you know what I mean. Compared to a human mind, the processor's ability to calculate chess moves is infinitely superior to yours or mine, or grandmasters, to be honest. But this guy was on fire to play bishop to g5. That's some advanced level chess. This dude is on fire. Now the computer says queen c5, rook f2. He's got nothing to attack the rook on f2, knight e5. Queen h5 check, yes, g6, rook to e1, just queen c5 check, rook f2, knight e5, queen h5 check, g6, and he's got the nerves to say, the computer says rook to e1, smoking. Pawn takes queen, must lose. Oh, yes, after the rook pins. Oh, let me watch. Let me get you here. Rook e1. Where's rook e1? There we go. In this position, the rook pins the knight, so bishop f7's checkmate. So bishop to g5 was just a monster move. I don't know what this guy was on. But man, it's good stuff. This guy's hardcore. He's like, hey, you attack my queen. Well, I'm going to attack your knight and pin it. And if you take my queen, I checkmate you. So it's a queen takes and whatever, and he's losing. So anyway, go back. So anyway, black plays bishop e7, which looks like pretty tough. He sneaks in a bishop f7 check. I mean, I don't know. I mean, if I could talk to Marc Esserman, I'd ask him, how did it feel to play this game? And what were you on when you played some of these moves? Because, you know, this has to be the greatest game of his life. I mean, I'm completely biased because I'm a Smith-Morra guy. But, I mean, this guy's playing the moves of the gods. Bishop to g5? Really? This guy's awesome. We are but bums in his presence. Pawn takes bishop. Check. Knight takes, of course. Queen to d2. You know, I had no clue back then, but now I look at this and go, you're in trouble, sucker. He's threatening queen a5 check. Queen c7, bishop takes. e7 check. King c8 is forced, otherwise he loses his queen. So I'm seeing some of this stuff now that I have more powers. But Esserman is just on fire. He can't go to b8 with the king. Bishop f4 wins a queen. He is getting smoke OLED right here. Live and in color. Knight to c6. You see that d7 pawn? I think I'm going to go beat up on that pawn. What do you think, buddy? Look at those two bishops. They're just owning this board. He can't really play rook to d8 to defend because all it does is lose. The knight's pinned. The bishop is trapped behind the knight, completely shut down. This is the tallest pawn on the board right here on b7. Okay? Esserman is giving you literally the food from the gods. He is on fire and then some. I mean, this jerk, bishop f4, he is just hardcore. He's now threatening, once again, queen a5 or queen d6. He's making, one of the top grandmasters in his day. I mean, this guy is a well-known player to people my age and before. I mean, and anyone 40 and above probably knows who this guy is. He was a top-notch grandmaster from the Netherlands or Denmark. One of those two. Queen d6, you're smoked. It's just smoke. There's nothing you could do. There's literally nothing he can do. Game over. Crunch. Crunch. I mean, what more can you say? Ta-tun, ta-tun, ta-tun. Queen takes bishop. Crunch again. And he resigned because every rook move loses. The king move here loses. King to e8 loses a rook, and then this other rook. King to here loses his queen. Rook to c8. He gets hammered by this check, loses a rook. Rook to b8, bishop takes free rook. That's what my father would say. Rook a7, queen b6. Rook goes here, queen takes free rook check. So, like I said, Marc Esserman, he just destroyed this guy in the U.S. Open, live and in color. You know, I've never gone as a spectator to a tournament. I mean, I played in U.S. Open when it was here in Texas. You know, which is something you know if it comes point blank. Well, it came to Dallas area, which was about 250 miles from where I live, so it's close enough. That's as close as it gets. You know, you get to the 5 hour drive to the U.S. Open, you know, you got to go play just to say you played, just for the heck of it. It's U.S. Open. You might be the guy where, you know, one of the fairy tale stories happens. This guy played, I swear to you, that's the greatest Smith-Morra game I've ever seen. This knight to d5. The computer saying, it's actually even-ish. He took the knight because he didn't know any better, apparently. Or, I mean, there's one of those things that, you know, white is actually threatening to play bishop to b6 at this point. So it's one of those things that the computer says rook b8, rook c1. Let me look at this, a5. Well, let's just look here, I guess, and see what this goes to. Knight takes e7 check. This is all even. How in the heck does this sorcery occur? Sorcery! Well, let's go here, and which way does he take it? Queen takes e7. Plus 1/4 of a pawn. No human can play like that. Yeah, I was thinking e5 is the move because we have stuff like he goes e5 so that he can play bishop takes here and then play bishop to c5, owning this square. I would say e5 is definitely the move. So f5, clearly the move stopping, bishop takes. Bishop to b1. Hard to say. This guy's in trouble. The thing is, a human in this position, as black, is just in a terrible position because the stress you have to face when you're facing this is a reality. When you're playing a game of chess like this, the guy playing white has the advantage, not because he's white or whatever. It's because of the style of chess he's playing. He's playing imaginative, optimistic moves. Black is playing pessimistic, negative chess. And I am telling you that, you know, I'm sure that psychologists would tell you it's not conducive to a good outcome. And in chess, I can guarantee you that it's not conducive to a good outcome. So the pressure is on black more than white because white's put the pressure on black. And the black pieces, that player is reacting to things which is much more difficult than white, who's sitting here basically, you know, throwing rocks at this guy, and the guy playing black is having to dodge the rocks, not knowing where the rocks are coming from. I mean, it's just nasty. So, bishop to b1 is what the computer says. Man, what a horrible move. But I guess a3 and bishop a2 is okay. But this d6 square is just terribly weak. He is in bad shape here. Rook to e8. How is this possibly in any way? Oh, okay. We got to worry about this guy. Man, I'm telling you. I'm going to attack this queen and then go bishop to here. I'm telling you, man, this is the move. Queen to d8, okay. And I'm saying this, bishop d6 to get this rook a8. Oh god, man. But look at, rook b7 is just as bad. So now we have to, this whole move sequence fixes the d7 pawn. It solidifies the e5 pawn. I can't believe this is only even. White has just got a better position here. But a better position in winning are different things, I mean, now bishop to b5 is a real possibility. Bishop to d3. All of this work to be dead even. But this takes a strain on black. That's the thing, more so than white. The white moves have been relatively easy. So this is what happened. This is how a top grandmaster, and I mean top, I'm thinking this guy was in the ballpark. For sure he was top 50 in the world and was probably much higher than that. Top 30 or better. This guy was a good player back in the 90s. I am telling you. So did he play a5? No. Here we go. He took the knight. But taking the knight is not the right move. Clearly, I got to get my sheet. This game was so impactful that when I saw it, I had to copy it down from, man, I don't know where I saw it. Beats the heck out of me. But I saw this game, and I stopped everything to write it down. Because it was the greatest Smith-Morra victory I've ever seen. So these moves are just absolutely killer. D6 is not the hardest move in the world. Like I said, it's got a barbaric threat. Queen d5. He stops it. The trading of the knights is such an amazing move. Nothing else is really, I guess it's process of elimination. And then F4, exclamation. Every move is just perfection on white's part. You're defending? I'll take it anyway. Okay. And this move. What was this guy smoking when he came up with bishop to g5? Queen takes free bishop. Threatening checkmate on top of that, okay? You catching the drift here? Threatening checkmate on top of queen takes free bishop, threatening checkmate. That cannot be touched. I think queen d2 maybe. Oh, mate in 21 with queen to e1 check. Holy moly, it's because, my idea was queen d2, but yes, this is the right idea. Queen e1 check, queen a5. That's ridiculous. Okay, let's do it. Mate in 21 was hilarious. I don't know why. What was the move he was supposed to play? Bishop e7. Now bishop f7 check. Okay, I'm with you, brother. King to f8. King to d8 is queen check. That's mate. Queen a5 check and queen c7 is mate. So he goes here, of course. How about bishop takes knight check? Yeah, that's correct. I wasn't cheating. I was just looking at the board. We get I mean, it's discovered check. Come on, it's not hard to find. Bishop to f3. Like, really, dude? Only the computer would play this. Now what? King to g8. Yep, that's it. Bishop to f7. This is a windmill and a half. Windmill. D takes e7. Crunch. Queen takes e7. This is ridiculous. Oh, man. Bishop to h5 check, windmill. God, this is nasty, dude. Oh, man. Queen to f6. Rook takes queen. Oh, no, my bad. Queen to b4 check. My father would have said, take the queen. He's toast. He is toast, but it's like, okay, this is even worse. Uh-oh. Now you take the queen? Yeah, he takes it. Okay. Pawn takes queen, it's forced. What are you, some jerk? He sure as heck is. That was the move. Queen, king to f8. That was the best move I could see, but I didn't think it was going to be forcing mate like that. Rook to a7. Check. No. Queen takes a7. Then he mates him on the next move. Dude, that's nasty. Do you think? I mean, I'm pretty sure he did. These moves aren't that difficult to find. So, an international master who plays the game from the gods. Okay. Bishop to g5. Oh man, how in the heck did he come up with this idea? Queen, that threatens queen to e1 checkmate in like 16 or 21. It said 21, then said 16. Holy moly. I told you, this is the greatest Smith-Morra gambit game you've ever seen. I'm in complete shock that this guy was just on fire. Unbelievable. Pawn takes bishop? Yes. Killer move. Queen to d2. Correct. I'm not cheating. I'm just trying to realize the threats are, this checkmate or whatever. Unbelievable game. Of course you check him. I mean, who wouldn't? Look, it's the super pawn on b7. On d7, he's on the defense of d7. Now queen d6 is coming. How dare you take his bishop, sir? You're dead now. Queen takes, rook takes knight. Bishop takes, queen takes free bishop. It's free now. He's an exchange down, and it's over. It's unbelievable. Man, I hope you guys enjoyed this. This was an awesome game. I'm glad I pulled this out for you. Like the video, man. Comment. Let me know what you thought of those awesome moves. This guy was on fire with those moves, and that mate was unbelievable with queen to e1 check, wasn't it? So subscribe in case you haven't, so you get more of these killer games. This is absolutely fantastic. Almost 29 minutes. I am out, man.